It is time to talk technology. Okay, you can pick up the phone, 0800 80 10 80. Well, all of the things that you wanted to know. Keeping your kids safe online, office document programs, document creation. What do you buy? What do you download? Where do you get the best service? Is it MS Office versus Open Office? Is it Google Documents? What are you using and where are you going? Also, some very cool computer accessories. Have Bill Brown from Need a Nerd here to answer those questions. All you have to do is pick up the phone. You know what the number is. It's 0800 80 10 80. News Talk ZB. Also, for one of our lucky callers this afternoon, blueant. Yes, these are the guys that keep your hands on the wheel and your mind on the job when it comes to driving. It's a blueant wireless technology. It links up to your phone so you can go hands-free. Very good afternoon to Bill Brown, the man we call when we need a nerd.
G'day, Danny. How's it going?
It is going well, mate. Well, I'm just wondering where on earth we start. I mean, do we start talking about keeping our kids safe online? That's going to always be a huge problem. Or should we start with office programs and what we should be hooking into?
Oh, I think probably let's start with the kid-safe stuff, Danny.
Yep.
So kid-safe's a very important part of any computer in your home these days. Obviously, with children in your home and having access to a computer and the internet, there's a lot of materials out there that you may not want your kids to have access to. So there's a couple of things you can do to help keep your kids safe using the computer and online. One of the most important things you can do is sit down with your kids and actually talk to them about the rules around using the computer at home and using the internet. We suggest rules to do with not using the internet for more than a couple of hours at a time, perhaps putting rules around what kind of websites your kids might be allowed to visit, and that's something that you need to discuss with them on a case-by-case basis.
Do you think it would pay to, even discuss the fact that you need to go back and look at the history and see where they've been and what they haven't been and discuss stuff like that? Or is that kind of seen as spying on the kids?
Well, it depends where you want to go. I mean, there's lots and lots of software out there that will let you have a lot more control over what's done with your computer. For example, there's a product called Windows Live Family Safety. That's a free one from Microsoft. And with that, you can actually track everything that your kids do with the computer. And in fact, with the new Windows 7, you can actually put these rules around the internet usage onto the computer itself and prevent your kids from using it for more than an hour or two a day and control how long they play games and so on. It just depends on how far you think you need to go and how trustworthy your children are, I guess.
Well, I guess that's always going to be the case. I mean, if you're spending a lot of time with your kids and you've got open communication lines, it's not such a problem. I guess it's more for busy parents, and sometimes, dare I say it, we don't know what they're up to when they're on the computer.
Yeah, and it's also important for grandparents, aunties and uncles, and cousins and things to think about these sorts of things too, particularly when you've got young children sort of in that 8 to 13, 14 bracket, where they're very, very computer savvy, but they may not be very world savvy, and they're not necessarily sure of what they're looking at. I mean, the other great thing you can do as a parent or a caregiver is keep your computer, your home computer, in a public place. Like keep it in the living room or the dining room where there's people around. Particularly for younger kids, it's really valuable because if there's a problem, it means they can immediately sing out and they know that there's someone there to help them.
Yep, and you can keep an eye over their shoulder and check what's happening on the screen.
Absolutely.
Okay, look, Bill, you're happy to take some calls as Need a Nerd. There might be people out there got lots of questions for you and need some answers. You happy to open the lines up?
Yeah, great. Let's go for it.
Okay, the number's 0800 80 1080. Bill's here if you need a nerd, if you want to talk to someone, if you've got some questions, pick up the phone now. 0800 80 1080. It's a Tech Tuesday. News Talk ZB. News Talk ZB. John, you got a question for Bill?
Yes, Bill there.
Hi, John. How's it going?
Yeah, well, fine for now. Like everyone else, computer starts slowing down. It's a laptop, and when I got it, it was right fast and everything. And so different people say defrag, do all this. It's still the same. So I sort of asked the question on the computer. You get these, and they say, "Oh, yeah, when you download this free," So
yep.
Download it and run it, and it picks up all the faults, and then it says, "Oh, you're not quite safe. You have to sort of buy something." Right? Now, just how safe are these buying?
Yeah, to be honest, John, you should be very, very suspicious of any piece of software that sort of scans your computer and tells you you've got problems and then tells you should buy the software. Most of those products are what we call spyware, which is it's fake software. The problems aren't actually there, and what they're trying to do is get your credit card details.
Yeah. Yes, I'm aware of that, but I just don't know whether to now continue because they want some money now.
Yeah, I would say no. What was the software called, John?
Well, it's something Pro. They all got these little names like...
Not Antivirus Pro?
No.
Something else, yeah.
This is, and then after a while you get an email from somebody saying, now look, you haven't done this, and
Yeah, it does sound a bit suspicious to me, John. It's hard to say 100% without knowing what the software is, but most of the time those things are fake, and you shouldn't give out your credit card details or pay for them.
Always err on the side of caution there, John. Hello, Terry.
Yeah.
Hello, Terry.
Oh, hi there. How you going, Bill?
Hi, Terry.
Look, I just want to ask a question. I'm a great movie buff, and I'm old school, so I go down the video shop and I hire one or I wait till they come out. But I'm at work and one of my workmates says that his son downloads thousands of movies. And the other day we're talking and he's downloaded this movie that's just come out on the movies. I'm going, well, where'd you get that from? And he gave me a sort of site to look up, and I thought, hold on a minute, I've got to be careful here. I mean, I could go into this site and there could be copyright problems. What's the story on that, Bill? Yeah,
well, basically, it is pretty common these days, I have to admit, and most of the movie producers and the movie houses are up in arms about it, but the reality is it is illegal in New Zealand to take a copy of any copyrighted material unless you have express written permission from the company that owns it. So downloading movies without the permission of the studio, which is exactly what everyone that's doing this does, is illegal, and you shouldn't do it. You can be prosecuted and fined and potentially jailed.
For goodness sake, I'm glad I rang you today, I'll tell you that, because, I mean, I don't mind paying for movies, but, I mean, if there was a situation where you could actually get them through, it would be great, but now that I've heard this, well...
There's a couple of things that you can do to get movies legally, which TiVo, which Telecom's bringing into New Zealand soon, they're going to have a subscription-based service for movies, so you pay a few bucks a month and get movies. Or Fatso, it's a great DVD rental service, but if you're downloading them without paying anything, 99.999% of the time that's illegal. You're actually breaking the law.
So shall I tell my workmate you could be going to jail or what?
That's right, yeah. And the other thing in New Zealand too is there is actually a reporting program. So if you know someone who is illegally downloading or copying copyrighted materials like movies and music, I believe that there is actually a place you can report them to.
Oh, really?
And they'll send the cops around, so yeah, it's not a good idea.
Well, you'd probably run me over with the forklift if I reported him.
Yeah.
Well, it's not him, it's what his son's doing, Terry, but take it easy. Hello, Wayne.
Yeah, hi there, Bill. Hey,
hi, Wayne.
I have an issue with my email address. Probably about 6 months ago, I suppose. I don't know how it started, but I just started getting a whole lot of spam, right?
Sure.
And obviously my ISP provider and so forth has got the spam blocks or whatever it is in there, and they're to the maximum, but I just, every day
Are you getting a lot through?
I get bags and bags and bags of this stuff, and I was just wondering, is there any way of actually... or anything I can do to stop it, or I need to send a virus back the other way to kill it.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? No, there's definitely a couple of things you can do. If your internet, if your email address is with your internet provider, so at Extra or at iHug or at Vodafone or whatever, then the best thing you can look at, it's a New Zealand product. It's a free product called Mail Washer. You can grab it from www.mailwasher.net, and that will help reduce your spam. And basically what that does is that gets a copy of the mail before your computer, lets you sort through it, and get rid of all the spam, but it will also remember the kinds of things that you thought were spam and filter them out for you in future as well. It does make getting email a little more time consuming, can add sort of 5 or 10 minutes to every time you check your emails, but it will reduce that spam.
So where does that, do